Hey everybody, it's Ron from Ron's Basement. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to make a quick video where I give you a glimpse or maybe even a full view into my precious metals stock portfolio. I get a lot of people that comment on videos that I've made a year ago or 2 years ago and hey Ron, do you still like this stock? And hey Ron, do you like that stock? And I thought, maybe since I have, so many people watching my videos, maybe once every 3 months or every year on the 5th of July, today's July 5th, 2021, I should share kind of the stocks that I own and kind of briefly, which is hard for me to do, but maybe let's say 60 seconds for each stock. And I think I have a 60-second timer. Hold on. I do. Oh, I do. I got this thing, this yellow timer. I think it's 60 seconds. Anyway, so people see my old videos, ask me about old stocks that I made videos about. Do I still own them? And, some of these stocks, I can be pretty active at times. I won't own them for more than a month or two. I used to really like Gold Resources Corporation. I don't really like them that much anymore. I don't dislike them, but I don't like them. I went with Fortitude, which was their spinoff company. Made some videos about them as well, but then people are saying, hey, what about GoRo? And I'm like, I haven't owned GoRo for months. But I will say this, and I'm not bragging. If you go back and look at the videos I made maybe a year, 2 years ago, Antero Resources. I think I was talking highly about that stock when it was like $1.50 a share, and I believe it's like $15 per share right now. I don't like to look at it because it makes me sick to my stomach because I sold it at like, I don't know, $2 per share or something like that. I did well other places, but what I'm saying is I'm not perfect, but if you look at my track record on stocks that I've made videos about that I like or dislike, and look at the timing on them, again, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not saying I'm the infallible guru or anything like that, but I tend to do pretty well. So right now, without further ado, my 6 stocks that I own, and I'll kind of try to do this in order of what I think is like the best opportunity to the least best opportunity. So I'll start with Equinox. I've made some videos about them, so I won't go on and on. They check every box. And there's been a confluence of bad factors over the last, let's say, year-ish or so that has really knocked the stock down. The precious metals sector in general has been challenged. They're going through a huge growth phase, and now they're having some problems with their mine in Mexico, labor related. You can do your own research. I happen to think like one of the best values, they check every box. I'll leave it at that, in my opinion. And to buy the stock at $7 US per share, I think is a very good use of funds. But don't make any decisions based upon what I say here today. Second, Fortuna Silver Mines. They are merging with, or they did merge, as of Friday, I think it was, with Rox Gold. So you've got this like totally great management team. Jorge Venoza, I love the guy. And I love the management team at Equinox too, by the way, but I love Jorge. He delivers. They've got this big mine in Argentina that is almost completely ramped up now. Their second quarter numbers, today's July 5th, around July 14th, I expect to see their second quarter production numbers. And I think that they're going to be awesome. Plus now they've merged with Rox Gold, which is this big West African, very successful West African intermediate type producer with great management as well. Fortuna has been just decimated, feels like, in the last month or so. I don't think a lot of people really get this merger situation. And I saw the same thing happen with GoRo when they spun off Fortitude. Sometimes people don't have the intellectual horsepower or can't see what's going on, so they just sell because they're confused. Okay, and if you're a person who, I don't know, has too much time on their hands, like me, and you can really dig into things and maybe have some vision, there can be some great opportunities. Next up, I'll say First Mining Gold. It's Keith Neumeyer company. So you got Equinox with Ross Beatty, you've got Fortuna with Jorge, and you've got First Mining Gold, which the chairman is Keith Neumeyer. He's becoming very visible with the company, and becoming, much more supportive with the company. They own a bunch of properties. Again, I've made a video. There's some great other videos about what First Mining has to offer. The management team is awesome. Dan Welton, I think it's Keith Inquest. These guys are top notch, and they've got it's a great value. Still, I mean, it's gone up. That's one of my stocks that's done well. Thank you, First Mining Gold, through today, July 5th, 2021. But great prospects, and Keith Neumeyer is a guy that garners a lot of respect and attention within the precious metals mining sector. Fourth, these are just kind of some extras that I have. Brixton Metals. I haven't really talked about them much at all, but I actually have a pretty big position in Brixton. They have a couple of big projects up in the Golden Triangle, way up north, Canada, I think. Way the hell up there by Juneau. So maybe, I don't think it's America, it's Canada. The Northern Territories, I don't know. Way the heck in the middle of nowhere, but it's called the Golden Triangle for a reason, because there's a lot of gold up there, there's a lot of copper, other metals. They are drilling like crazy right now. I like the CEO, Gary Thompson, I believe is his last name. He owns a ton of shares. Also, by the way, those previous three companies, Equinox, Ross Beatty, and the management team there owns like 8%. First Mining, Dan Wilton and Keith Neumeyer own millions and millions of shares. And Fortuna, I'm not sure, but I know Jorge owns some. I don't think it's an incredible amount, but he's got a good chunk of change in the business. Back to Brixton. Gary has, I think, like $5 million, if I remember correctly, or 5 million shares. No, I think it's $5 million invested in Brixton. But they got this great Golden Mile project that they're drilling on like crazy right now. They have Langus, which is in Canada also, but much closer to America, just over the border. Ontario, I believe. It's a huge old silver camp, and it has cobalt as well, and they've been doing drilling there for several years and are having great, like super high grade drill results coming out of there. And cobalt is kind of a outlier play for like battery metals, so that could become very interesting, as could like their Thorn project, and I think it's Atlan up in the Golden Triangle. Those are gold, but they're also copper. Thirdly, Brixton has a project in Montana called Hog Heaven, and it has been joint ventured to HPX, which is, I'm forgetting the guy's name. Anyway, another one of these famous mining sector gurus. What the heck's his name? He used to hang out with Steve Jobs from Apple. Well, you can look up the company. I think it's High Power Exploration. They did a $44 million buy-in joint venture with Brixton to get up to 75%. If they spend $44 million over a number of years, they can basically acquire 75% of this Hog Heaven project. Brixton would still have 25%. It is a previously permitted high-grade silver, but I believe they're looking at it as more of a polymetallic opportunity as well. The final two companies that I have an interest in are Kinross. Because it's very, attractive from a valuation perspective. think they're trading at like 5 times PE. Most all these companies that I talked about, their book value of their assets is either real close to or a high percentage of the actual market cap of the company. That's also the case with Kinross. And I thought the CEO was a I'll just say it, a badass. I don't know why. I watched some interviews with him, and I thought this guy. I mean, they mine in some crazy places, and I'm like, this guy's he's just a badass. And he just seems like a guy who can get stuff done, and they're making good profit. Their balance sheet's good, and they're big. So I have an interest in Kinross, and then finally Barrick, because I wanted one of the big guys. And I'm a little bit of a rebel, so I didn't want to go with Newmont, so I went with Barrick. I forget the guy, the CEO there, Christow or something. He's an older guy, but again, very well respected, and they're making money, just like Kinross. So I do all my investing with my retirement account. I own stocks and I own options. About 50% of my funds are in cash, and the other 50% are in gold mining stocks and gold mining stock options. The vast majority of those options are long-term, like a year and a half out, January 2023. So I own Equinox stock, quite a few shares, pretty good percentage. And I also own a ton of Equinox $10 January 2023 calls, so that if the price gets above $10 by January 2023, which is about a year and a half or longer from now, they'll be in the money. Probably my next biggest position is just stock that I own in First Mining Gold. I have a ton of shares there. You'll also be getting Treasury metal shares if you own First Mining Gold here in mid-July. I didn't talk about Treasury metals, but quickly, I'll tell you, that's another one. I love the CEO, Gareth, or Jeremy, I don't know, I forget his name, but some great interviews you can watch. And this guy is like under promise, over deliver. That's him. No BS, under promise, over deliver. No BS, under promise, over deliver. Anyway, First Mining Gold, I have a lot of shares in that company. That's actually probably from a dollar perspective, my biggest investment right now. Although from a, I guess, notional exposure perspective, Equinox is a little bigger. Fortuna Silver Mines, and I forgot to say something about them. They're also a silver miner. They've got big silver mine in Mexico and Peru. And they've not been doing any exploration, or very little, for the last several years, because they've been spending all their money on building this big mine in Argentina. But now they're going to be doing a lot more drilling for silver. So don't forget about the big silver component of Fortuna Silver, which is why I own a lot of shares and a bunch of options. And it's kind of a complicated thing I did with the options, so I won't go into it, but I've got a big exposure to Fortuna Silver. Sorry, that's the air conditioner. It's summertime here in St. Louis, so you'll get to hear that in the background. Let's see, what other stocks are there that I need to tell you about? I have my position in Barrick is through options. Again, January 2023, call spread between $30 and $40. So if it gets higher than 30, I'll be doing well with that. And Kinross, I just own calls, January 2023, $10, which is a little ways to go. But if the gold market takes off and, these calls aren't that expensive, and for the amount of exposure I got with them, it seemed like a great deal. It would have seemed like an even greater deal had I waited another 3 or 4 weeks to do it. But, that's the way the ball bounces. So, yeah, I'm nervous right now. Outside of First Mining Gold, which has done really well in the last couple of weeks, everything else has really had a rough go of it. So anyway, that's it. Those are the stocks: Equinox, Fortuna, First Mining, Kinross, Barrick, and I'm forgetting one. Kinross, Barrick, Equinox, Fortuna, Brixton Metals, First Mining Gold, Kinross, and Barrick. There's 6 of them. I'm not buying anything else. I am, like I said, I've got like, I think, high risk with half my portfolio and the other half is in cash. So, if this thing crashes and burns, I'm still okay. Do not make any investment decisions based upon this information that I shared with you. I just wanted to give an update, and if people want me to, maybe every month or 3 months, I'll share my thoughts. But those are my thoughts right now. I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm sorry about the air conditioner, but as I've said before, if I turn it off, you either got to listen to the air conditioner or you got to listen to my wife yell at me because the air conditioner's off. So have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.